So this is the past for me. For you, it is the present, I guess. I decided that, well, as usual, if I only do like one good tour a month, you're gonna miss a lot of nice things. So this is just a video of things I've kind of collected over the past week or so. Um, Kind of a best of. We will end the video with a whole section where I clean up the garden pond that I totally left out of the last video, and I'll turn you over to even further past Rob. Um, so yeah, this is just um, I call it the shade garden now, really, because it's not really well the sitting garden. It's not really the keyhole anymore. The keyhole is gone since I put in that water feature and planted those things around it, which they're doing okay, but it's doing good. We have our gnome. He's like chilling in there. The red hot pokers are still kind of going. The dailies are beginning to go. You'll see some like slightly further in the future past the dahlias, but right there we got our frog, our new frog residence. He's got his bachelor pad now. He's in there. He sounds a whole lot louder when you hear him at night. But he'd been kind of jumping in on me, and finally, while I was sitting there, he came back up. It's kind of what I was sitting there waiting on was to catch him. So I could show you Mr. Frog, and here's a better view of that gorgeous, gorgeous water
Never
lily.
seen it quite do that color.
And yes, I've never seen it quite do that color.
It's pretty.
I can agree. I can also agree that it's pretty with further past me. I have had it two-toned. If you go back, you'll see that in some other videos. And this is that day from same day, but from the other side where you can see that one. Those kind of dinner plates. They've been coming back up. I literally, other than what I added to this, only added 6 plants, I think, to the whole thing, if that many plants. And this is actually today, so not as far back as where we were just at. We're jumping around in time. But this one was going today, and I was like, let me catch this before I go in and do this video. And we had another little nice surprise today, too. Not that this was a surprise. I knew this was going to bloom, but in the grapevines, we have a little nest. It's a very small nest, but AI tells me that's probably bluebirds' eggs. Could be a couple other things. I know I have bluebirds. And then here's just some more flowers. That's what a lot of this first part is. Just some things that were blooming. I really like those little guys. It's just right next to the hoop house or the cattle panel greenhouse. That's a large part of like when you're doing like we're doing, where you're working, trying to garden as much as you can, but you also work a full-time job, so everything's not perfect. If you like find those like really not, it's all about the plants anyway, but you find those really nice plants when they're showing off. Even if they're in a place like, not necessarily framed by beauty. And then this is like the path into our front door. Has this variety of like black-eyed Susies and some other things. You're going to see some lilies in a second. That's that nice morning light. I really should just go out and film everything in the morning and get those beautiful colors. But, just phoning it in more than usual with the videos this time. You can see I was coming in with Kira, and it was just, the light was perfect. I was like, let me film this stuff. Let me film this stuff. Probably gonna have to separate the daylilies. And here you go. I'm gonna turn you over
So I
to further
realized
past
when I was
Rob.
editing the video, I totally forgot to put the pond in last time, and thought about filming it, putting it in the outside note, because it's a total mess. So I'm actually going to clean it up some today, so you can see it before and after. But it is a mess. The water pump is yet broken, another water pump. This time the solar thing came loose, the wiring, and I rewired it and can get enough juice, but not enough juice to run the motor, so maybe there's something wrong with the motor. But yeah, so we're gonna get in and weed this and show you the difference, and it's still got work to be done though. So there's still work to do, but the worst of the weeding is done. I'm gonna have to figure out, get a new cloth cover or something to go over that and shade it, so that when I get a pump and have that basin fill, it'll be shaded like it should be. for the frogs and stuff that want to be in there when it's shaded. But other than, and I got to figure out what to do around here, where the pots were and stuff that are full of weeds. But yeah, better than it was. I will maybe, once everything's done, do a compilation of the change, but for now, this is where it's at on like the second weekend of June, or first weekend, whatever today is. Since I got it cleaned up some, filling it up, for those of you who care, it is well water. It is not city water. We're not on city water here. We're only on well water, which is good. I like being on well water. This well here is about 500 feet, so it's a deep aquifer, but yeah. We'll fill this up with some more water. Work on getting a new pump here in the next week or two. I liked how the last pump worked. It was like the right speed of water pumping out. It created a nice little sound with the waterfall coming out of the basement. But I just, when I was cleaning it up and rearranging it, I pulled the wire, it just stripped out of the adapter to hook to the solar panel. And even though I cut those wires and tried to rewire it up directly, it didn't seem to have enough juice to get the motor running, which means the motor may have been seized too. So we'll see if I get another one like it or find something else. So there we are, the pond refilled. The water's all muddy right now. It'll settle and clear some. Typically, once I get the pump going, I don't have to do this but about once a week. Could be in my imagination, but the water doesn't seem to evaporate as much when the pump is going during the day, because it keeps it moving, I think, and keeps it cool. But and it looks better when it does that, and we have the lovely sound. So yeah, there is a video back a year or two from when I first put this in that kind of shows that process and talks about it some more. So if you're interested in that, you can go find it, or maybe I'll stick a link in. Probably not, but we'll see. But yeah. So there it is, refilled. Moved the mountain mint back over here, which I thought were weeds, but it turns out it's mountain mint. I didn't plant it, somebody had to tell me. But yeah, looks good. There's a frog in there. He jumped in as I was walking over. Maybe do some plant rearranging where we can eventually. Maybe trim some of the water lily leaves, but yeah, I think it's looking pretty good.